Body bags, where horror lies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 141 here on Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for stopping in on this Sunday, guys. Yeah, week 141 is here, and I've got a film for you guys today that I really knew absolutely nothing about. And upon doing a little bit of research before I watched the film today, I found out that it's in fact a remake of a film that came out in 1996. It was a Japanese film with the same title. That came out in 1996. This film is from 2009, and it is called Don't Look Up. Now, generally, I would never even watch a film without seeing the original first. Like, most of the time, I won't do that. I made an exception with this one because I believe you can't even find the original one on media anyways. I could be wrong about that one, but I did look and I couldn't find it, but anyways. So now, the odd thing about this movie is that this is an American remake of a Japanese kind of ghostly horror film, directed by Fruit Chan, who is in fact a Chinese director. So that is very strange. Fruit Chan is most notably noted for directing Dumplings, one of the shorts, or you can in fact watch the full-length film in the 3 Extreme set that came out, a few years back, which is an awesome short and an awesome film in itself. So I was actually really curious to check this out. I'm like, an American remake directed by this Chinese director, Fruit Chan. I'm like, how's this going to turn out? So anyways, getting into the plot of this one. Basically, this one centers around your main character, Marcus Reed. He is he's a director who's having a little bit of problems, with his career and also in his personal life. His wife has passed away, so a bunch of months have gone by, and he's finally feeling up to the task of getting back to directing films, because this first one didn't really go as planned. And so anyways, he calls up his producer and he says, well, I think I'm down. I want to do this film about this this Macha character. Now, this girl right here was actually a victim of. She came to a horrific end way back in the Dark Ages. Now, what had happened was, her mother had actually her gypsy mother had made a pact with the gypsy devil to marry this, rich man and things like that. And of course, the gypsy devil, said, you're gonna have to give up your firstborn, if you want me to grant this type of thing. And so anyways, she does. Anyways, later on in Macha's life, she ends up getting killed by these villagers because she bears the mark of the devil. So anyways, it jumps to the present day. That gives a little bit of backstory. It jumps to the present day. Marcus and his crew, they fly to Romania. He wants to do the story about this character. They start filming in this location, and of course, supernatural things start happening to him and his crew. And yeah, that's the film right there. So, my thoughts on this one. Now, this movie right here is very incoherent. It has a really terrible script. Now, I'll start with the things I do like. I love movies about, a crew making a film within a film. I love that. I love that idea. The backstory, in my opinion, in this film is completely irrelevant. You don't really even have to know the backstory at all. You just need to know that there's someone haunting this place and they're out for revenge. So it's like a supernatural revenge film in a way. But there's a lot more amenities and things that are going on in this film that are just makes it completely incoherent. Now, let me explain. Now, Marcus is your lead character. He's a director with a lot of problems. Now, one of the things that he can do is that he can he's kind of a medium. He can kind of see and channel the dead. If something bad happened to somebody in a spot or whatever, you can kind of like channel that energy and you can see it and things like that. Well, they tried to incorporate this into the film, and it kind of made the film not really know what it wanted to be. Now, was this, is it a supernatural, revenge film, or is this about Marcus's character and what he's trying to accomplish, things like that? It's kind of this mismatch of storylines, and it just ultimately comes to like a really messed up third act that ends a couple different times, and it's just very not well done at all. It just really never know what it wants to be. And the film itself, man, it never really captures anything. This one's supposed to take place in Romania, never really captures any decent atmosphere. The acting in the film is really poor. You know, Henry Thomas, of course, from E.T., you know, way back in the day. He plays a producer in this film. He's actually not too bad. You got Kevin Corrigan in this film, who plays like this crazy-ass guy who's really pissed off at, you know, at Marcus's, you know, character and stuff. He's really pissed off that the reason why all these bad things are happening to the characters is all because of Marcus's channeling these supernatural entities and things like that. So he goes fucking crazy in the film. Never really cared for the acting one bit in the film, and he's generally a really good actor, which kind of surprised me and stuff. Now, you'll notice on the cover here that it says Eli Roth. Yes, Eli Roth does make a cameo in this film. He plays the director in the, you know, at the beginning of the film, because in the beginning of the film, they're actually making a film about this Moodz616 character. And what happens is, you know, everyone on that crew disappears, and then it jumps to the present, and you got basically the same story. Same things type happening. It's just a jumbled mess, you know, when it gets to the present, because, you know, this one could have been executed a lot differently, in my opinion, if they had just not tried to exploit the Marcus character's visions and all that so much, because I have a really big problem with films where, you know, it's constant visions from this main character. You don't really know what's going on. In this case, you do know what's going on. It's not very subtle at all. You're just like, it's so bland. You know, the effects in the film, not so bad. There is some pretty good practical effects. But with that said, there's some really, really bad CG involving flies and things, which you could probably see on the menu in the background. Some really, really poor CGI in this film, just really, really bad. But mixed in with some really decent practical effects. Not a whole lot of blood and gore and stuff. Not so many kills, which is kind of disappointing considering there's a place to have a lot of kills in this film, considering that they're like on a movie set with a lot of people. So, kind of a missed opportunity there. But yeah, really generic music, really generic kind of, you know, in-house studio type score and stuff that really adds nothing to the film. Yeah, just an overall bland, very kind of out there, just mumble-jumbled screenplay. I really kind of feel bad for Fruit Chan, because you can see there's moments in this film where you can see like his type of directing, you know, that Asian style trying to come out, but then he realizes that he's in American territory and he doesn't want to cross that boundary. You have moments like that in the film. It's ridiculous, man. It's really, really ridiculous. Did not really care for this one whatsoever. There's really no redeemable qualities about this film whatsoever. I'm going to give this one about a 2 out of 10, strictly for some of the practical effects were actually pretty cool. And there was a couple scenes involving babies that were, you know, baby carnage that was actually pretty cool. So I did enjoy that, kind of enjoyed the, you know, just the fact that anything to do with baby carnage always kind of makes me laugh. But yeah, don't look now. So if you see this one, definitely look away. Look away. So yeah, really bad film. Really, really bad film. So it's what they get when they try to remake these, you know, these Asian ghostlies, and they turn out like this sometimes. Sometimes they turn out like The Ring. The Ring remake is pretty good. But this, which oddly enough is actually from the creator of The Ring, the guy that created the first one. So I don't know, man. This film was a fucking mess. Nothing redeemable about it. So, oh, and one thing I didn't say is that the guy that played Marcus Reed, I felt that he was totally miscast in this film. I felt like the guy that was cast as the director in this was just, he was too young, and he didn't play it very well. Anyways, I'm rambling on. You guys, if you're still with me, that's amazing. Anyways, I'll check you guys next week. Peace out, homies.